Welcome to my channel. Listen to my stories every day. Comment, like and subscribe to my channel. Enjoy listening. The late afternoon sun spills into the cluttered space of my garage, casting long shadows over boxes I haven't touched in years. Today's the day I've committed to cleaning it out, motivated more by my wife Mara's nagging than any real desire to declutter. As I sift through dusty tools and old sports equipment, my hand lands on a nondescript cardboard box wedged behind an aging treadmill. Curiosity piqued, I drag the box into the light. It's sealed with layers of tape as if its contents hold some secret worth protecting. Using a box cutter, I slice through the tape, revealing a stack of DVDs, each with handwritten labels Rodeo Killer Nurse Zoo. The titles suggest a collection of movies, perhaps ones Mara picked up from some garage sale, intending to watch but forgotten. The title Killer Nurse catches my eye, and, with a mix of intrigue and amusement, I decide this forgotten flick deserves a viewing. I carry the disc inside, pop a frozen pizza into the oven, and crack open a beer. Minutes later, pizza on a plate and beer in hand, I settle into my favorite recliner and press play. The screen flickers to life, and the opening scene is nothing like I expected. Instead of a suspenseful hospital drama, it's a cheaply made scene with a woman in a nurse's outfit. My amusement fades into shock when I recognize the woman as Mara, my wife, unmistakably flirting with the camera before turning her attention to a man who is definitely not me. My heart pounds in my ears as I watch, unable to look away, the reality setting in with every passing second. Mara, with her wedding ring clearly visible, is not acting in some low-budget movie. She's the star of her own deceitful escapade. The pizza turns cold on my plate, untouched. The beer grows warm in my hand, forgotten. With each DVD, the story is the same Mara, in various costumes and setups, with different men, her ring always in plain sight. The betrayal slices deeper with each scene. I sit there long after the screen goes dark, the silence of the house mocking me. Rage simmers within, slow and toxic. Mara's at her mother's for the weekend, oblivious to my discovery. There's time to think, time to plan. Revenge is a dark path, but as I stand up, my mind is already racing with possibilities. I start where anyone in the 21st century would by securing evidence. I gather the DVDs, loading them onto my laptop. Each file copied feels like a step further away from the man I was when I woke up this morning. With the evidence secured, my next move needs to be calculated. This isn't just about confronting Mara, it's about unraveling her deceit in a way she never sees coming. As I sit at my computer, the first step of my plan takes shape. I begin to draft an email not to Mara, but to someone who can turn the tide in what's about to unfold. Tonight, I lay the groundwork. Tomorrow, the real work begins. Morning breaks with the relentless chirping of birds, a stark contrast to the turmoil inside me. Despite a sleepless night, my resolve has only hardened. Today, I start weaving the web that will trap Mara in her own deceit. First, I need allies, people I can trust to navigate this storm. My brother Alex tops that list. He's not just family, but a private investigator, a handy profession under the circumstances. I dial his number, the phone line crackling to life. "Hey Alex, it's me," I start, skipping pleasantries. Early call. "Everything all right?" His voice is laced with concern. I hesitate, the words feeling like boulders in my throat. "No, not really. Can we meet? I need your help with something personal." "Of course, man. Breakfast at Rosie's in 30. I agree and hang up, feeling the first weight lift off my shoulders. Rosie's Diner is a quiet spot, perfect for the kind of conversation I need to have. I arrive first, choosing a secluded booth at the back. Alex walks in minutes later, his brows furrowed in worry. "What's going on?" he asks, sliding into the booth. I don't sugarcoat it. I found something yesterday. DVDs. Mara. She's been cheating on me. It's all there, recorded. The words spill out, raw and unfiltered. Alex's expression hardens. "You sure it's her?" Completely, I nod, pulling out a flash drive from my pocket and sliding it across the table. I copied everything. I want to know who these guys are, how deep this goes. Without a word, Alex pockets the flash drive. "I'll handle this. What's your plan?" I want to expose her, but not just to shame her. I want to unravel her whole world slowly, so she feels the sting of her betrayal. Alex nods, his professional mask in place. I'll start with the men, see if they connect back to any other parts of her life, her work, her friends. Thanks, Alex. I knew I could count on you. He gives a grim smile. What are brothers for? We part ways, and as I drive back home, my phone vibrates. It's a message from an unknown number. Heard you might need some help. Meet me at the park, 3 p.m. You won't regret it. Curiosity piqued. I wonder who else might be drawn into this unfolding drama. The park is sunlit and peaceful, a stark contrast to the storm inside me. I spot a figure on a secluded bench, a woman with sharp features, dressed in black. You messaged me, I ask, approaching cautiously. She looks up, her eyes assessing. You're not the only one Mara's wronged. I think we can help each other. And you are. Let's just say I'm someone who has a score to settle. I have information, resources, and my own reasons to see Mara's world crumble. I sit, intrigued and wary. What do you need from me? Her lips curl into a half smile. Cooperation, discretion, and a readiness to play the long game. As we talk, a plan begins to form, a confluence of revenge and justice. Mara's web of lies is more extensive than I imagined, but with these unexpected allies, I feel the tide turning. The afternoon sun casts long shadows across the park as I absorb the details from my new, mysterious ally. Let's call her Jane. Her plan is meticulous and chillingly cold, a reminder that revenge can entice strange bedfellows. You're sure about this, I ask, feeling the weight of our conspiracy. Absolutely, Jane replies with a steely resolve. Mara's been playing games for too long. It's time she faced the consequences. Together, we hatch a plan. It involves using the information on the DVDs, but also drawing Mara into a situation where she exposes herself publicly. Jane's connections and my brother's investigative skills are the keys to making this work. I'll set things up for the next meeting, Jane says as we stand to leave. Be ready to act fast. Understood, I nod, feeling the rush of adrenaline mixed with a pang of guilt. It's one thing to uncover betrayal, it's another to orchestrate a downfall. I spend the next day restless, trying to focus on daily tasks while waiting for Alex's call. It comes late in the evening. Got some leads. Alex's voice is grim over the phone. Two of the guys are local small-time players in the business scene. The third's a bit more complicated, connected to some big names in the city. Great work. How do we use this? I pace my living room, eager to move forward. We draw them out. Jane's arranging a meet. You're going to want to see this firsthand. Where and when? Tomorrow night, downtown. I'll send the details. Be discreet, and whatever you do, stay calm. We need them to slip up. The next evening, I find myself in a dimly lit bar downtown, the kind of place with thick curtains and a quiet clientele perfect for private meetings. Jane and Alex are already there, blending into the shadows. As Mara's unwitting accomplices arrive, my heart races. They don't know me, but their faces are familiar from the videos. Alex nudges me, a reminder to stay focused. Jane initiates the sting with the precision of a seasoned actor. She introduces herself to the men as a business investor, subtly steering the conversation towards private entertainment and hinting at her interest in exclusive parties. One of the men, eager to impress, takes the bait. You're looking for something unique? I might know someone who could arrange that. Oh, that's so. Jane leans in, her voice low. I like discretion and quality. Think your contact can provide that? The man nods, pulling out his phone. Let me just send a quick message. She's always interested in new clients. As he types, Alex's equipment, hidden under our table, intercepts the message. It's to Mara, setting up a meet. Gotcha. With the evidence of her continued deceit now extending beyond the DVDs, our plan to expose Mara shifts into its final phase. Jane gives me a nod, a silent signal of the endgame approaching. As we leave the bar, the night air feels sharp against my skin. This is it. The culmination of our efforts is near, and with it, the promise of retribution. But as I drive home, a lingering doubt shadows the thrill of our impending victory. What will justice cost, and will its price be worth the pain? The city lights blur past as I drive towards the final confrontation, my mind racing with possibilities. Each streetlight illuminates a fraction of my turmoil, reflecting the chaos within. Tonight, everything ends, one way or another. The venue Jane selected for Mara's unveiling is ironically a gallery downtown, known for its modern art and avant-garde exhibitions perfect for exposing hidden truths. I arrive early, the gallery still closed to the public, its spacious rooms lit by soft, forgiving lights. Jane and Alex are already there, their expressions somber. They nod to me, their faces a mirror of my own resolve. "Everything's set," Jane whispers as we hear the door unlock. Mara is about to walk into her own unmasking. My stomach knots as I hide behind a large abstract sculpture, a strategic spot to watch the scene unfold. Mara enters, confident and unsuspecting, her demeanor that of someone attending a casual meeting. She's greeted by Jane, who's disguised her intentions under the guise of discussing art investments. "Mara, so glad you could make it. I think you'll find tonight's showing." Enlightening, Jane says, her tone smooth but edged with a barely concealed sharpness. Mara smiles, unaware of the significance. "I'm always looking for new opportunities, Jane. What are we looking at?" That would be me. I step out from my hiding, my voice steady despite the storm inside. Mara's face registers shock, confusion, then fear. What is this?" "I think you know," I say, moving towards a hidden projector. A click, and the wall lights up with images from the DVDs, each scene more damning than the last. Mara gasps, her hand flying to her mouth. "How did you?" "Enough, Mara," I cut her off, the room filled with her betrayals playing on loop. "I know everything." Jane steps forward, her role shifting. "And now, Mara, you'll face the consequences. Not just from him, but from all of us you've wronged." The doors open again, and in walk the men from the DVDs, their faces somber. They were not just unwitting actors in Mara's deceit, they were part of the plan to expose her. Mara looks from face to face, realization dawning. "You set me up." "No, Mara," one of the men steps forward. "We caught you. Each of us here was betrayed by you. We just chose to stand together." But why? Her voice is barely a whisper, her composure shattered. "For truth." "For closure," I answer. The projector clicks off, the room settling into a heavy silence. "You won't get away with this," Mara hisses, a desperate edge to her tone. "But we already have." Alex speaks up for the first time, his voice firm. "We have all the evidence we need, and we have each other." Mara looks around, trapped and alone in a circle of those she betrayed. Her gaze meets mine, searching for some sign of the love that used to be. I only offer a solemn shake of my head. As she is escorted out by security, a profound relief washes over me, mixed with sorrow. I turn to my allies, each bearing their own scars of Mara's manipulation. "I didn't expect any of this," I confess, feeling the weight of our actions. "No one ever does," Jane replies. "But sometimes the only way to heal is to expose the wound to the light." The gallery slowly empties, leaving me with my thoughts. Tonight justice was served, a chapter closed, but the path to rebuilding begins. As I look around the now quiet gallery, the art seems to echo a sentiment of peace and new beginnings. The worst is over, and while the healing may take time, I know I'm no longer alone in the journey.